This definitely has to be done. This video's got to be done. I think I briefly mentioned this. I'm gonna guess 2-3 weeks ago, because the mainstream media, the social mainstream media, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Twitter, were all of a sudden, I think even some politicians came out. We've got to do something about this fake news. What, didn't even Obama say something about that? Fake news sites, it's not healthy for our country. It's not, these half-truths. We got to do something about this. And I thought, whoa. I thought freedom of speech is freedom of speech. I want to put anything, anywhere, whether a sign in my yard, write something on the internet. I'm not forcing anyone to believe what I say. I'm just saying whatever the hell I want to say. And I'll give you the reasons why I'm saying it. Well, I saw this executive order passed today, and here's what it says, and here's what my opinions are on that, But if my opinions are not in line with the club's point of view, that might be deemed fake news. And since they're not, they as in the social media club members, aren't waiting around for Congress to try and pass something, because now they realize Congress may not be able to pass anything. Donald Trump's getting in the White House. We're in trouble. So we'll never get this kind of bill passed. We need to take matters in our own hands. We're going to pass some new terms and conditions on Google, maybe Facebook, Twitter. So this was courtesy of Zero Hedge, but I already saw this before I got to hear Zero Hedge, by the way. But I read through Zero Hedge, and I like the way they put this, of course, because they think like I do. I think like Zero Hedge does. Nothing that I read on Zero Hedge do I say, oh, I don't know about that. I mean, come on, Zero Hedge, shape it up. No. This is the stuff I'm checking every day. And this is what I'm reading elsewhere. And they do a great job of putting it together. That's why I love Zero Hedge. One of the more perplexing theories. Now, first of all, the title is Google will punish fake news websites by halting ads. Which makes one wonder. I'm a YouTube, which Google owns YouTube. It's their ad service that runs on YouTube. Like these little video ads I put on here, and I get a little payday at the 22nd, 23rd of every month, thanks to you guys dealing with that crap. Who's this Jason it for Realist News? You see what they already do on YouTube? You post something with a certain headline, it's got a certain keyword in it. Your video is automatically by the system. This has been going on for a little while now, as in probably most of this year, I think. Your video has been disabled from monetization. We're sorry, but we don't, our system feels that the content of the video may not match what our advertisers are looking for. So monetization for this video has been disabled. You got to be real careful with what you write, what you want to talk about on YouTube now, because now you may not get paid for it. They get you real used to making this little chunk of change every month. All of a sudden, your lifestyle changes a little bit. Oh, I can finally breathe a little bit. I can actually pay off some debt a little bit. I'm now relying on this extra income for whatever it may be. And that's probably the story of everybody on YouTube who's using, their revenue. So damn it, I better comply, because I don't want my ad money, man. Oh my God, my ad money. I better watch what I say. That's what they want you to think. So now what they're saying is websites, not necessarily the YouTube part of this, but websites like, for example, my own website forum, realistnews.net. I have AdSense ads on there, which are the little ones, that say stuff. There's no videos, or say stuff. There's a contextual ad where it's just, buy your silver here, whatever it is, whatever happens to display there. What they're saying is, we'll just shut your site off. You won't be able to display our ads on your website anymore. Now, while Realist News isn't exactly a site that gets tons of visitors, like, InfoWars or Activist Post or tons of other sites, those sites do rely on that advertising revenue. If they're, you got a message board, you allow the public to come in and write stuff, and Mr. Whoever, Realist News, this article right here, we find that to be fake news. We don't believe in it. And our sources say that it's fake, and we believe our sources as opposed to you and your sources. So automatically, the entire website with its hundreds of thousands of pages or millions of pages that have been created over the last 10 years are no longer allowed to be have ads served on them. There are people out there that have websites that get enough traffic in which they don't have to go to a day job. They make good money on their website advertising revenue and things like that. I'm not one of them, which I'd love to be one, but unfortunately, realistnews.net is just not that site. So it says one of the more perplexing theories to emerge explaining the failure of Hillary Clinton's presidential bid is that popular news curators and aggregators such as Google and Facebook had distributed news created by fake and false websites, thus influencing public opinion. So in an attempt to curb such websites, a move some consider tantamount to censorship, Google and Facebook announced measures aimed at halting the spread of fake news on the internet by targeting how the creators of this alleged phony content make money, that is, advertising. Google said it is working on a policy change to prevent websites that misrepresent content from using its AdSense advertising network, while Facebook updated its advertising policies to spell out that its ban on deceptive and misleading content applies to fake news. Considering the amount of finger-pointing by much of the liberal press in the aftermath of the November 8th elections, we wonder if websites such as CNN would be captured by this filter. Oh, allow me to explain that. Absolutely freaking not. The rotten to the core propaganda that you've seen on CNN, MSNBC, and the likes of the rest of them will continue to be put in front of your face. By the way, Google and Facebook, I'm sure you're aware that in 2013 a law was passed that redefined a previous law, some sections, my favorite subsection C, whatever, we'll just call it subsection C of the previous law, that says the government can now use propaganda on its citizens knowingly, whereas before the law stated they can use propaganda on other countries. And if by chance, in you doing so over there, it somehow leaked back to America, and somehow propagandized somebody, it was okay because it wasn't intentionally done for them. It was done for purposes, whatever purposes, elsewhere outside the country. They changed the law to allow it now, whatever, everybody's game, fair game, everybody. So Google wants to say, we don't want fake news. We're going to stop the advertising on those sites. But the Congress and the president passed the law that says they're allowed to fake news us. They're going to fake us out with their fake news. Propaganda. That's what propaganda is, fake news. So they can give it to you, and guess who it's going to come by? CNN, MSNBC, all those, the club and their networks. Moving forward, we will restrict ad serving on pages that misrepresent, misstate, or conceal information about the publisher, the publisher's content, or the primary purpose of the web property. I'm sorry, what is the definition of web property? Someone could help me with that one? Google said in a statement, the company did not detail how it would implement or enforce the new policy, which some accuse is the monetary equivalent of censorship. The shifts come as Google, Facebook, and Twitter face a backlash over the role they played in the U.S. presidential election by allowing the spread of false and often malicious information that might have swayed voters towards Republican candidate Donald Trump. Of course, others have repeatedly accused both Google, which Chairman Eric Schmidt, collaboration with the Clinton campaign, and there's a link there, revealed courtesy of the Podesta emails, and Facebook of doing everything in their power to promote a Clinton win. So the narrative is not exactly clear on this one, and I have to agree. They're saying we will let you be propagandized with fake news from our club. As long as it's from our club, it's free. Again, it's open season. But if you guys try and say that what we're showing you is fake, that's essentially what some of this is saying. If you say that what the mainstream is saying isn't real, that's grounds for censorship. See? Because it said, let's go back to that part. Fake news. Moving forward, we will restrict ad serving on pages that misrepresent, misstate, or conceal information about the publisher, the publisher's content, or the primary purpose of the web property. So, if I misrepresent, misstate, or conceal information about the publisher, which publisher? CNN would be the publisher, or AP or Reuters publishes something, and I misrepresent or misstate or conceal information that they said, I'm considered fake news. But who determines if I'm misstating something? Who determines if I misrepresent the content? Because now you're going to have what we have with religion, Bible. Well, chapter 7, paragraph 3, says, whatever. And I'm a Seventh-day, Adventist, whatever church, Baptist church. You are a Catholic church. What is your interpretation of that? Well, that part, the way we feel about that is this. Okay, yeah, that's interesting because we don't have that point of view. The way we take that is the literal meaning of, we don't take it as literal meaning. So who's right? Who's right? What they're saying is Google's going to decide who's right. And by chance, this guy over here, the Catholic example, that's CNN. That's the club. Over here, the Baptist church, whatever, just for the sake of this example, that's the free internet people trying to post stuff and comment about something Big Papa said over here. Oh, well, you're misstating what we said. No, I'm not. You said this, and I'm suggesting, through my opinion, what you meant by that statement, because it's pretty clear to me. In so many words, this is what you said. Well, no, we didn't say that. Google, sick 'em. Google, sick 'em. It's what they're going after, folks. It's amazing how you don't really hear too much of this on the mainstream. Speaking of which, because if they did say something about this and I made a comment, are my ads going to get shut off? Are they going to shut down my website ads? Just because I made an opinion about something I read on one of their club members' supposed news sites? I'm just going to tell you, it was Fox, I think it was Fox News at the time. This was late 1990s. There was a documentary I watched. I wish I remember the name of it because I'd share it with you. And these two reporters did this huge investigation on Monsanto's bovine growth hormone or something that was getting injected into the cows. And there were some major problems with it, and they were exposing it through this documentary / investigative journalism they were doing. Was it Cowspiracy? I don't know, maybe. She says maybe it was Cowspiracy. I don't know. It was a long time ago that I saw it, but their head guy at Fox was like, I could pull the story. You guys know that, right? They're like, yeah, we understand. I could pull it. We know, but you're not, are you? Well, no, but I could pull it. And they're like, why does he keep telling us that? Next thing you know, he pulls the story. We're not airing it. They spent an enormous amount of money on advertising already. We're just going to pull it. Sorry. And they're like, no, we spent our time. This needs to be done. We work for this. This is our job. And they end up suing. And it went to court. And somewhere along the lines, it had to do with, they were trying to sue with, because something was hiding the truth or what, and again, I don't know how they worded this or how the term was used. But essentially, the judge ruled, you're out of luck. YouTube, former employees, because you ain't working there now. You're out of luck because there's nothing that says news has to be real or truthful. And for that reason, your case is being dismissed or whatever it was. News does not have any obligation whatsoever to be truthful or real. That was the ruling. So if that's the ruling, Google and Facebook and Twitter, what in the hell are you guys doing? You're doing what I said you're doing. You're going to allow the fake news to hit us from your sources, CNN and the likes of them, mainstream media, and anything online that says contrary to that, nail them. Take the ads off. Take a site like Godlike Productions. Massive site. New stuff there every single day, pinned. The most important stuff pinned. How many people are posting every day? I'll tell you right now. Page views today, 2.6 million. Users online right this second, 3,232. Posts today, people posting comments, not just comments, but an actual thread, and a new thread to talk about. 14,119. There's 14,000 people posting. How does an administrator of that site make sure that the people he allows to post comments and comment on things are going to be in compliance with Google and Facebook and Twitter's, point of view? I will say, possibly, because at the very bottom, there's this Google, or who is this? Just looking, because right now they have one Google AdSense ad over here off to the right. At the very top, they've got something else that's not Google AdSense, but they do have some Google AdSense on here, I can tell. That would just go away. Google is going to miss out on a ton of advertising. However, as large as Google is, and they've got little backroom deals with the government, they don't care anymore. They don't care. What's a few, millions of dollars from shutting some of these sites down? What's $10 or $20 million to Google? Pfft, nothing. Pocket change. So I wanted to share that with you. They are not done trying, and I don't know that they ever will be, because you're talking about a lot of people with a lot of power who are not happy with Donald Trump winning, and they cannot allow him to get in there. So they're trying to get stuff done in advance so that they can change the narrative when they need to. Anyways, take care.